feel the bass drum beating, your heart out your chest. And the stage lights crash with a guitar blast. I come alive again. Day-long rides to spend 95 minutes up on stage. But that 95 keeps the dream alive till the next time we get to play. Rock and roll on down the highways, singing our songs and rocking through daybreak. Life ain't worth living, ignoring the spirit of music in your soul. If it's in your blood, rock and roll on. When you try and force your happiness, jamming pieces end to end, how long before you let it all go and start living life again? My peace is found in that onstage sound. My voice is with my band. And as long as I can crank out those lines, that's where I'll make my stand. Rock and roll on down the highways, singing our songs and rocking through daybreak. Life ain't worth living, ignoring the spirit of music in your soul. If it's in your blood, rock and roll on. It's rock and roll, it's in your soul, let the music pull you in. It's rock and roll, it's in your soul, let the music pull you in. It's rock and roll, it's in your soul, let the music pull you in. It's rock and roll, it's in your soul, let the music pull you in. Rock and roll on down the highways, singing our songs and rocking through daybreak. Life ain't worth living, ignoring the spirit of music in your soul. It's in your blood. Rock and roll on. Rock and roll on. The beautiful smile, your blue jean ways and your emerald eyes. I've seen sparks that could not start a fire like you do. I know it's love I knew from the start. A veiled Juliet, you're playing your part, wanting me to misplace your heart, but I know you feel this too. Are you gonna listen to people tell you what's wrong and right? You can choose to love in color, not just live in black and white. Hey baby, what are you after? Don't wait till tomorrow for us to be together. Talk is cheap, but my love runs deep, and I just can't leave this be. What do you say? Take a chance with me. Trust me, babe, take me at my word. I'd write you an album if love could be heard, but my words only mean what you will them to. Don't let trepidation cloud what you feel. Life's too short and what we've got is real. Be the captain of your fate, don't just be the crew. You can wait tomorrow for us to be together. Talk is cheap, but my love runs deep, and I just can't leave this beat. What do you say? Take a chance with me. So hey baby, what are you after? How long are you gonna wait for our happily ever after?
see if that works. Hello, everybody. I'm just switching some new graphics around. All right, so that should work. And I may have to use this screen. So I'm going to test a couple things really quickly. Get rid of that. And why do I hear some feedback? Huh. Weird. All right, testing. 1, 2, 1, 2. Right, that's good. Where's the other feedback coming from? All
right. Things happen like they were gonna happen.
Huh. I hear like this static background coming from my computer, and I do not know where it's coming from. Do you guys hear a static sound? I guess I can ask you in chat if you can hear it, or if I'm coming in clear to you guys. I'm going to try to see if I can share Final Cut with you all. Let's see how that looks. That looks pretty good like that. I think you guys should be able to see okay. All right, that's good to know that there's no static on your end. Welcome on in, Dan, Sith Lord. And welcome on in to others that have joined us earlier, including Dreaming Truth and others that might be doing it. Has it stopped? I don't hear any more of the static of mine, but I know you're on a 7-second delay, so it's possible that you were hearing it when I was mentioning it and not anymore. So let me know if you keep on hearing static, or mention every time that you do, and that could be a good point. I have not used any of my equipment in quite some time, so this is kind of a test of doing that. Also, I have a bunch of video edit projects I wanted to work on and talk to you guys about and things like that. So right now this video is great. I'm happy that it stopped. Maybe there was just a delay in switching stuff over. So right now, let me see if I can get all of this other stuff working. And hold on, I'm gonna, Chrome's taking up a lot of system resources, so I'm gonna quit out of Chrome, and I'm just gonna watch over here on chat on the iPad, which is nice that I'm seeing chat over there. Makes it a little bit easier. Yeah, so if people watch the intro to this video, they could see, let me move this around up to here maybe. Okay, so I'm gonna just move some stuff around and see if it works a little bit better. All right, so it's been a fun trip, sort of vlog that we've been doing. So part 1 was the initial journey. So it's Zach's birthday party. We drove up through New York State and went to Six Flags up near Niagara Falls. Went there for the evening, stayed at a place. Then the next day we woke up and did Niagara Falls. And so that's part 1. Part 2 is Zach's actual birthday, which was on a on a Wednesday. That was our full day in Toronto that you saw. And so we did a lot of activities, from going to the Science Center, which our Maryland Science Center passes work to get us into. So that was great. And then we went, had lunch, and then we got to go to the Hockey Hall of Fame, and so Zach got to touch the Great Eight's inscription on the Stanley Cup on his 8th birthday, which I thought was kind of fun. And we saw all the other trophies and talked about hockey, and it was a lot of fun. And then we went to this other place. I guess I could be pulling up and we can scrub through them while we're talking about them. Part 2 was the birthday, so we were talking about so Science Center, then the Stanley Cup. All right, so there we are touching it. And then here's pictures of us with it, right? And then we went to this place called Arcadia Earth, which was like it's all about conservation, and it uses augmented reality technology. And so you can let me turn down the volume of that. And you can sort of see they're playing with the augmented reality, and so it's kind of really fun. And these rooms have projections on all the different rooms, and and then we went to the top of the CN Tower for his actual birthday dinner. We got to see the sunset there. We had fun as the whole entire place that we're eating at is rotating at 360 degrees. And so that was really cool. So you get to see the whole city at night. And then there was a slight mess up with the birthday cake, but they gave us lots of other birthday desserts. And then we got to go to the observation area after it had kind of closed, so it was very quiet, which is great. And we got to go look at, down from the top and look down at stuff. And yeah, it was a really cool one day in Toronto. Then part 3 that you just saw right before we went live was our trip to Canada's Wonderland, which was super fun. We had a lot of fun at the water park. You can see us going down these rides. And again, you can go check out all of this stuff at youtube.com/RobbieGross. And then at the end of one part, you can go to the next part right there. And then we're going to work on part 4 right now. So this is the end of Canada's Wonderland. Originally in part 3 and part 4 were going to be one video, but part 3 ended up being a very tight 4 minutes. And so I thought this would be... Oh, it's back. What is going on? Hold on. I'm now really curious. What? Nothing. It's weird because I have no other programs open other than OBS and Zoom over here. So that's just very strange. I'm not sure. And all audio is supposed to be turned off from that end. Anyway, we're going to keep on chugging along. So this is part 4 that we're working on. It's way too long. So we're going to be cutting this down right now. We've got 6 minutes and 43 seconds, both song and footage. So it does fit it, but I think that we can tighten it up a lot more. So that's going to be our primary goal for today, because I would like to render this video by the end of this stream. And then we're also going to talk about over this weekend we went to the Foo Fighters concert, and why is this? Hold on. Why isn't I can't scale? All right, I'm gonna quit Final Cut for a second and restart it. You'll see me a little fractured for a moment while I reset this. There's a Pokemon in chat. It's a Cubone. Share, Final Cut. Alright, so this is part 4. Let's see. We should be able to shrink. Aha! Now we can shrink. Perfect. So, so this is going to be part 4. And we're going to call it Cabin Trip for now. And then the song that we're using is Andalusian, Andalusian, by Dan Tremblay. All this footage is filmed by me, my mother-in-law, Denise Dykes, and my wife, Liz. And I edited all this, as we will be editing some of it together. I want to see if I can catch this Pokemon. Catch Ultra. See if I can get that. Alright, so this is all going to be a little bit shorter. stretch this out a little bit. Actually, why? Maybe what we'll do is make it smaller and off to the side and make the text come over here. And I'll do the same thing with this. I'll make the text go for the whole length of this. Alright. Alright, then we go here. This could be shorter. I just kind of wanted the zoomed in part and this part a little longer. Remove this part here. I'm going to zoom in a little bit. There. And then same thing with this. We're going to zoom in just a little bit here. Okay, and then position there. Alright, and then let's see how that plays a little better. I'm also going to eat this amazing food that Liz created last night. They're salmon cups with seaweed wrap and avocado and cucumber. So I'm going to be eating a little bit while we watch parts of this. This one doesn't add anything, it's really that. So I have to do a little edit here, but oops. So I kind of like the little bit of the choppiness. It's trying to bring back some of the style of sort of the old home movies with this one. So I'm kind of playing into that a little bit. So usually I try to like make everything super smooth. But for this one, I'm kind of playing with the idea that this is kind of pretending it's like a home movie from I don't need all of these, so we get this. So what, if you don't know, one of the cool effects that Apple Photos has, if you have it on live photo, when you do an export, like you plug the actual raw camera into the computer as a hard drive, you can extract 3-second videos instead of just the photo. So I like taking those 3-second moments and sometimes stretching them and playing with time. So I might take this moment, for example, and just to give you an example of it, right now it's at normal time, but with how powerful these cameras are, you could slow things down to like 80%, and it still gives you a very similar feeling, but it sort of slows down and gives you that sort of dreamlike memory vibe. So if you like this. Right. So they're not shot at the perfect aspect ratio. So I do a little bit of zooming, which adds some little bit of artifacts to the video and gives me of the the films in the 70s. Exactly. Sith was talking in chat about films of the 70s and 80s, sort of the choppy sort of 70 millimeter vibe that you can get. Those two. There's that static again. Just wondering what it is. There's just not a lot. It's just weird. There's just so little things running on that computer, so I don't really know what it is. Exit Steam. Trying to quit anything that's running in the background. There's computer updates, so that's probably not good. Kind of love Windows, and they're in need of system updates. Anyway, I apologize if it's annoying. All right, so I love Denise. She's actually narrating a message to her friend, but it kind of looks like she's, back in the day, a lot of people would be like narrating their videos. It was a little long, so let me just do it. I think that's still too long, too choppy. And we're not hearing what she's saying, so we can kind of futz it and make it look like a full conversation. One of the nice things about Denise taking so much footage, we always call her Jima Marazzi, is that I actually get to be in the movie too. And what's great about combining her footage and my footage and all the different stuff is you get a little bit of everybody's point of view. I do want to test something. I'm going to mute the outgoing speakers from my computer and see if maybe you're just picking up that. So if you hear static at any point, Sith, write static, because I now muted that thing, so it's not going to distract me anymore, but I do want to know if it is happening. So just let me know. I'm just wondering if it was something with the speakers or actually internally sending through to the stream. That's really cool. Yeah, I agree with you. It's really great to be able to see things from many different people's point of views. And, I'm taking footage that is shot at all different sorts of angles, but you can take different parts, zoom in, and change, where the center of attention is on them. And that way, sometimes I will play with the black bars, but I don't want to always have the bars. So I'll take this one, but not that one. Take this one. Okay. Just seeing where we're at now. Zooming out. All right, well, we're at 6 minutes. Right now, we're about 1 minute and 18 into the video. I don't know if I need that shot. So this is the cabin that we're staying at, which is kind of the focus of the video. We went to a local beach as a subtext of doing this trip, as we wanted them to see 3 of the different Great Lakes. And so we were able to stay at a cabin, right on one of the Great Lakes. And so this is kind of that day, and focusing on showing some of the different cabin and the relaxation, because we were showing sort of the hustle and bustle of the previous day, which is why in the end kind of thought it was 2 different videos, because it seemed very disjointed to have the high-paced going to Canada's Wonderland, and then the more relaxing video. And then I loved this track. I've used it before. It's so calming. I just thought it kind of felt that sort of old-timey, old home movies feel to it. See, I'm conflicted. Part of me wants to zoom in, but part of me says you lose some of the height because it was shot tall. So I get conflicted on. I think I like the inside being tall, and then this one would be a little wider. It's funny, there's a Cramorant in chat. There's actually Cramorants in Pokemon Go right now as part of an event as well. Okay, sorry, I was distracted by the Pokemon in chat. Let me see that again. to this one because she shot it wide. Thank you, Tina. I'm sorry. I was eating a bite of my lunch. But we are back. I'm doing a pop-up stream showing the trip we took to Canada and back. So this was, so if you missed the beginning, I showed parts 1 through 3 that are all live on my YouTube channel right now. Part 1 was the trip, it was Zach's birthday party, then the trip to New York, up through Niagara Falls. Part 2 was our day in Toronto, which went to a children's center, went and saw the Stanley Cup, and then had a great day going through this virtual reality, kind of augmented reality place, and then we had dinner at the top of the CN Tower with these incredible views. Part 3 was Canada's Wonderland. And so we went around there, and then part 4 is what we're working on right now. But yeah, well, welcome on in, Tina. So I am at this cabin that's all about relaxation. There was a sauna that we're in right here, and then we've got the cold dip, and then we have got Zach doing the cold dip too. Hold on. I'm gonna add a text box. Let me see. Where is it? Perfect. Have you looked in the new songless mess yet, Robbie? What? No. Tell me more, Tina. What's the songless mess? I always love coming back to finding updates and things changing. Tell me more about it. Many different features. It's taken a while to sort out. Oh, fun times. Right now I'm just trimming the fat of these clips because I know that they're too long. Hold on. And then I will show. And this is way too long here. So see how much time that saves. Boom. Wow. That's much better. Wow, it got it exactly to 4 minutes. That'd be crazy if part 3 and part 4 were both 4 minutes. Let's see what it looks like. You'll have to deal with it at some point with all the music streamers using my phone. That's true. It's definitely, it's been a while since I did much modding. I'm sad that I missed Kenny's stream last night. I actually got a notification that Mikey gifted me a sub during the live stream. I wanted to come on, but I was playing a card game with Liz. So I felt like I was supposed to do a electronics-free night. So I was trying to stay true to that. Let's rewind a little bit. Go back from here. Where is Kenny these days? It looked like he had his full stream set up. So he must be streaming from somewhere where you could set a full thing up. It wasn't that cold because it's the middle of the summer. I'm sure that that cold dip is very cold in the winter. Oh, that's wild. He was in his childhood bedroom. That's really cool. Okay, alright, so this is good. Let me just edit this title card. So the next part is Cedar Point. Just see how much footage I have for that. But yeah, that's really cool. Hopefully I will be able to catch one of his other ones sometime soon. And now Alright, we'll call it Cedar Point Weekend. And that'll be the last part, which will be part 5. Watching the 4 minutes through one last time. Alright, we're going to watch it full screen one last time. If it's good to go, we'll just render it, and then we'll start working on our next project. This one hopefully will be rendered and released at 5 o'clock later today. If anyone has any comments, questions, or whatever they want to throw in there, please let me know. And if people seem to like it, I think we're just going to render it and upload it just the way it is. I kind of want to see one part here. I like this. I'm going to start it here. We're going to just have it for the part there. And we're going to expand this so you can really get the feel of full width driving. Run through that for a second. works. Alright, have the volume. Alright, I think it's pretty good. Unless anyone has any final thoughts, I'm going to set that to render right now. And let's do it at 1080. Call it part 4. Part 4 there. And while that is rendering, I'm going... nice. Awesome. Thank you, Dan. Yeah, I think that it may have been the speakers on the, and then it was just being picked up by the mic. I'm not even sure. I don't know, but we'll hear. But if you do hear static, please let me know. All right, I'm going to share a different screen right now. Um, and we're gonna do this. And all right, so here we are. We're live on my YouTube channel. And you can see that we are actually live in the corner. But what I wanted to show off was a couple of different things that people may have missed out on. So we went to a bunch of different concerts. So last time I streamed the UFL Championship. So there's some 50 Cent videos from the concert there. And then we took the kids to an Evanescence concert this summer. And so there's a really cool moment where the lead singers from all three bands, all fronted by women, all came together and did one of my son's favorite songs, Fight Like a Girl. Which Dan is a big movie buff, and I believe that song was in Ballerina. And let me double check that Fight Like a Girl song. Yeah, I think, yeah, it was in Ballerina. So I know that you like the John Wick series, and so that was kind of cool. And then this past Monday, I went to a Foo Fighters concert to celebrate 12 years married with Liz. We went to a Foo Fighters concert after about 1 year of marriage to celebrate their 20th anniversary back in 2015. And Dave loves his hometown, always does very special shows here. That one is considered one of the greatest Foo Fighters concerts of all time because it was coming off the tails of Sonic Highway. All the bands that he played, he made his own festival on July 4th, and all the bands that were there were all featured in that really great documentary that I always. It was really cool, but he'd been playing a lot of pop-up shows in DC, like the 930 Club, where it's impossible to get tickets, or so they haven't had like a big festival, like huge show back in DC itself in 11 years. And so back in October I heard that they were coming, so I got tickets. They ended up being club level tickets, and it was an incredible show. I had Queens of the Stone Age, one of my all-time favorite bands, who I saw them twice in college. I had not seen them since college. They opened, did an incredible tight 1 hour set. Wished that it was actually longer. And then the Foo Fighters performed for 3 hours, which may have almost been too long. Like, it was incredible. It was awesome. They had 25 songs. They had extended versions of each song. One thing that is really cool. Let me just sign into setlist.fm real quickly. So one thing I really like is they did some really awesome different things, but I wanted to highlight a couple of them. So here we are in National Park. Let me mark that I was here. I was there. Okay, yeah. And then I also want to mark that I was at the Queens of the Stone Age show. There we go. All right, so Foo Fighters started off with All My Life, Pretender, Times Like These, Rope, Stacked Actors, My Hero, Learn to Fly These Days, which he dedicated to his family and friends in attendance, Walk, This Is the Call, and then No Son of Mine with Ace of Spades included. So that's their first 11 songs. It was powerful, had all the great hits and stuff like that. Then they did some stuff from a second smaller stage, right? They call it the B stage. And that's not as flashy, just them like with a smaller drum kit, a small piano and things like that. And so then they played Wheels, Marigold, Big Me, and then Under You as sort of a solo. And then but my favorite part was this part right here. So Run and La-Di-Da was great. But part 18, he had, instead of having each band member do a solo, which a lot of people do, like here's the guitarist, and then he goes to them, whatever. He's done that a million times at shows. this time, all of the different people in Foo Fighters have all been in bands before Foo Fighters. And what he wanted them to do is each person did a song from something they did before. But my favorite thing is their piano player was actually in the Wallflowers, and they played One Headlight. And the Wallflowers was like one of my favorite bands in the 90s. And so to get to hear One Headlight live, which I've never gotten to see the Wallflowers, was really incredible with obviously one of the members. But the ending, the tap dancing on a minefield, so they have a new drummer, and so they've gone through a couple of different drummers since Taylor Hawkins' death. But this most recent one, he's drummed for Nine Inch Nails and a bunch of other people. But so Dave asked him, what do you want to do? What's your solo going to be? And they came up with the idea that this guy, and I had no idea, he doesn't only play drums, but he can shred. And so he actually played a guitar song, and Dave went behind the drum kit. And so that was really cool. So let me see if I can play a little bit of it here. So that's the drummer who's shredding a guitar, and Dave Grohl back on the drums, which I never thought I'd get to see Dave Grohl on the drums. I was actually hoping he was going to come out and play a song on Songs for the Deaf on drums during the Queens of the Stone Age performance, but that didn't happen. But yeah, so this... That's funny. So Dan is saying the Grateful Dead used to have segments where different people would be on drums and do stuff like that, and other members would leave. It's funny that you say that, because I've seen the Roots do something very similar, where they would just become a trio of certain people and then a different trio, and some of these bigger bands that lends themselves to doing that, and also really talented musicians, of course. But everybody in the Foo Fighters is incredible. I just couldn't believe Dave put on a 3-hour show, screaming through all of it. So I'm sure he was happy to be behind the drums and not have to sing for a little bit. But really a great performance on that. I also uploaded a little bit of Little Sister. The Queens of the Stone Age, they were incredible, played a lot of great songs. I was trying to be more present with this show. Usually I film widescreen most of the show. Since I was across the baseball stadium from where this is happening, I had to zoom into the full digital optical zoom or full digital zoom, and I would have had to hold my breath for 3 hours to try to film all of it. So it was still really fun to try to capture it from, I was dead center right across from them. So the seats were wonderful. This is kind of a good idea of what my seats look like. 3.5 hours. Yeah, it was definitely Weed and Acid and the longest Dead show I've ever heard or attended. That's incredible. Yeah, 3 hours was wild. Because I've seen bands have more songs than a set. Like I saw Green Day a couple of years ago, actually at Nationals Park, and they played like 35 songs and played 2 full albums. And I was like, holy moly, like that's so long. But I looked it up. It was only 2.5 hours because Green Day, like they're punk rock. So the songs are fast, right? But this one, it was only 25 songs, but a lot of extended things and stuff like that. This was a cool moment. Unfortunately with shorts, if it's a Foo Fighters song, you have to have under 60 seconds or they won't distribute it and it'll get rejected from the shorts feed. But I loved this moment. So this morning I actually just uploaded this video. I haven't even seen how it's doing yet. That's already at 662 views. About 4 hours ago. to play that part on stream. Incredible. You can see that we're sitting right behind the home plate. Really cool view straight across from it. Yeah, just an incredible night, an incredible show. He dedicated the teacher to his mom, who taught in Virginia public schools, just right down the street from where this concert was. And then, of course, ended with Everlong, and then fireworks. And they were going to play a couple other songs, but they ran along on a couple things, and there's unfortunately a DC curfew. But it was a great show. They played from 8 to 11. A fantastic time. And let me see. Are we done rendering that? Yeah. So I'm going to create a new project real fast. A new event. We're going to call it Foo Fighters. And then let me stop this share for a second, and then we're going to share the Final Cut again. And I'm going to create a new project, and we're going to call it Opening. So I was getting snacks and food for Liz during the opening, and so let me just see here. She was nice enough to film it for me, and she filmed it widescreen. So what I'm thinking about doing is I'm going to make a widescreen video of just them coming back to DC, and then, because you can go longer than 3 minutes for a widescreen, hold on. How long is this? 3:35. Okay. So it comes out. We're gonna cut that, and then we're gonna do a fade. Create that transition there, and then I think I'm gonna cut here, but we're gonna listen. Ooh, a clef key appeared. Catch that in chat. All right, let's see how this sounds. We're gonna not play too much copyright music on here, so that's why we're trying to edit this part quickly, and then we're gonna move to a scuba video if I've got time. So if you missed it, I was out getting some drinks and food for Liz, and she filmed the opening. I came halfway through this song, but actually she got great footage of it. So I was thinking about I wasn't going to do very many wide shots, but I was thinking about doing a test where I make a 3-minute clip of just the opening, and then I do like a 1-minute vertical of it and try to direct people from the 1-minute vertical, because YouTube distributes shorts a lot better, to see if they'll click through to the widescreen. I like to do tests from time to time to see how YouTube works and stuff like that, and that way if people want to see the widescreen they can, and for longer, because I am limited on how much I can do in shorts, because I can only do up to 60 seconds. Yeah, so Tina, if you missed it, we went to Foo Fighters to celebrate 12 years married. We bought the tickets way back in October of last year, so we've been waiting a long time for this show. And this is obviously Dave's homecoming and first big 40,000 plus venue appearance in DC in 11 years. So we were there back there in 2015. I think that's the spot that I want to... Because they started to build up again, but we don't have the whole song. So I think that that's actually good. Yes. Um, Oh wait, it's called All My Life. It's off the album One by One. All right. It's funny because I saw that tour way back when, 2003, the One by One tour. I saw that actually in Virginia. All right, Dan. Alright, I think it's pretty good. It's like under 3:30, so that's good. I think I'll keep in the drum and solo at the end anyway, because I could always put title cards over it. Okay, so we're gonna create a new project. We're gonna make it a vertical. All right. So the idea is to give them a little taste of it and then see the related video. So I'm going to create the opening full video that'll be on the channel tomorrow. So it'll be a lot of videos on the channel. One is part 4 that we worked on earlier. So that'll be the first one, and then we will do tomorrow. We'll have the full opening as well as the tall video to link towards it, and see if that helps generate some clicks. Yeah, all right. So we got one last project to work on. So we were doing this project over the summer, and if people want to go check out how I edited the original 3 videos in the series, you can definitely do that on the YouTube. So when we were doing the live edits back then, we sort of did 3 parts to talk about the 3 different videos that made up the Mexico project. But then I decided over the summer to do this other thing where it was taking sort of reimagined. So you walk through, you go through this portal, and as you do, things start to change, and it becomes animations and visual effects and all that sort of stuff. So the full video did really well. The shorts that have come from it did really well as well. The first half of the video was looking at these dies from the day, and then as you go through this warped world, then you can, the second half is at nighttime. So there's this octopus video that's really cool, as well as some of these turtle shots. So I wanted to take this turtle shot right here, copy it, and we're going to make another short. So I'm going to duplicate this project and call it short 4. And I'm going to delete all this, and we're going to take the song. I need to grab the song from there too. So I'm going to take away the effects that are on it right now. Just see what it looks like rendered as a full video. Nice. Welcome back, Dan. So we finished making the 2 Foo Fighters videos. So we end up having the full opening, which has the title cards, the Return to DC, All My Life, filmed by Liz, edited by me, shows some of the smoke that filled the stadium as they entered, and a little bit of that first song for about 3 minutes and 18 seconds. Now, videos often do, or shorts often do better than videos, but right now, because of copyright, you can't have more than 60 seconds. So I show some of the same thing in the short, but then I say here, full opening on channel, click related video. So if they just want to see the 56-second, Dave Grohl open, they can. If they want to see the full thing, they'll be able to click on the related video on YouTube and find that. And both of those will be released tomorrow. I'll probably release the opening one at like 9, and then the short right there afterwards, maybe like 9:30 kind of thing, maybe 10. And then again tonight we're releasing part 4 at 5. Hopefully that's the idea. And then right now I'm working on the scuba short that we were doing this week. Yeah, so we're taking a look at that as our last video of the day that we're doing. Mexico had a remix. So, we had the whole project was about 8 minutes. We had this short that we released where you could follow this guy around, which I loved. there was this short right here that had this really cool visual effect to it. And then there was also this one that this sort of explosive device kind of warped in space and time. And then this one also, which is going through the portal and then having everything sort of change around you. That was kind of like a trailer for it, if you will. So we're coming back to that same story. I wanted to take a look at this guy. If we were to just add some cool effects to him and see how that would look and track. So we're doing that right now. So I already did all the tracking information to make it wide on this video. So I'm actually going to take that and put it here and then put the music over that part and see if that works better, because it should. So I just gotta track this part a little better. So he's coming through, that's good, that's all good. This guy needs to come back a little bit more this way. And then perfect. Okay, now we're gonna go and add some effects to this. So we're gonna go over here to installed effects, comic looks. I want to see how this looks with the comet. Perfect. Alright, so we're here. Alright, comic cool, style color, mix percentage, ink fill, and smoothness. So what I'm going to do is we're going to start off with no mix. It's going to mix in time. Okay. So that is good. And then we're going to go here. We're going to start to mix it out. To when we come back here, we're now going to be... Alright, perfect. Let me render that for a second. Alright, we're gonna render this, and we're gonna watch it full screen, and then we're gonna probably raid out. It's supposed to be done by 3. That's good. I like that a lot. I think it's a really strong clip. It's 35 seconds, but I think that it frames it well. Alright, I think we're good. I'm going to put on a BRB screen for just 1 second, and then we'll raid out in just a second.
I love you. This is mommy's favorite dance. I love this dance. Thank you so much for being good to Grandma, okay?
All right, we're back. All right, I think we're gonna try to raid out. There's one more Pokemon in chat. Try to catch that real quickly. Catch. All right, let me see if we can do a raid. If anybody wants to join us on the raid, I would love for you to do that. Here's some raid calls. Emily. And yeah. Alright, let me just pull it up myself. Thank you everyone for tuning in. In a couple of weeks, we'll be back. Again, we've got a bunch of fun stuff coming up. The podcast will be back in just a couple of weeks. So we have off the next 3 weeks, I think it is, the 24th and the 31st and the 7th. And then our season premiere is on the 14th. So that will be good. Again, check out both the Scuba YouTube for Friday's video, and also check out any of the stuff on the main one. And yeah, so all right, so sounds good. I will. Everyone should be able to raid right now. I'm gonna raid, and I'll see you guys soon.
Little is a bit familiar, but that's all I got. Unfortunately, I don't know either musician very well. Hey, Robbie! Thank you for raiding in. Hello, how are you? We're just wrapping up editing, and now we're ready for Emily Henry Music's Bummertown Vibes. Incredible stuff. Get on in here, friend. Hello. It's so good to see you. How was your stream? How was your editing? How did it go? And would you like a raid request? What can I play ya to say thank you for the raid? Unless you're raiding and running, in which case, no worries. Good to see you. I'm going to answer a quick phone call, but I'll be back in 2 minutes with my request. Done deal. We'll do Won't Move On first. Yeah, we're good. Thank you, Kat.
Hello?
Hey, sorry, I missed you. So we're still on for 3:30. Is that work for you?
Yes. Yes, that's fine. And I know you said you wanted to check the site beforehand, make sure everybody's connecting. So whenever you want to proceed, I'm ready.
Okay, perfect. I'll send you in about 10-15 minutes. I'll send you a Zoom link, and then you'll just click on that at 3:30 at your email, and then we can chat from there.
Great.
Awesome.
I'll be watching for
All right,
it.
looking forward to it. Thank you. Bye.
Me too.
It's a story of complex politics, complex cat and mouse chess game politics, and a very competent lead who just slaughters all his enemies, but in a intellectual politics way, not in a fighting way. very satisfying to watch. And there's a tragic interpersonal situation going on with him and his best friend, who believes he died, and he came back with a different face, and so he's like, I feel weirdly drawn to this stranger, and meanwhile I'm very sad about my best friend who's gone forever. How will this be resolved? I mean, it won't really be resolved. It's not really a rom-com. But I love this drama, and this is about all of that. And this has got to come a lot closer to me. There is a place in my mind that I go to back before everything went up in smoke. It was you and me, lying on the green, laughing at nothing. I don't want to look in the mirror, 'cause in there is a self you never met. Oh, you laugh at me, the sounds so sweet. If you could see what I've become in your absence. There's a part of me that won't go up, because you're the one I love. I won't move on. I won't move on. Lately I have met someone with the same anxious fingertips. It hurts to think all your little things could just as easily live in here. There's a part of me that won't go, because you were the one I loved. I won't move on. I won't move on. Time goes by.